seems to me that this guy's pretty guilty.
Your Honor, do you hate me?
Bailiff, are you gonna introduce me?
Yes. Introducing Judge Lucifer, presiding over today's proceedings. There shall be order.
Wow.
We should not
Can't
assault
believe
the
I went to
judge.
law school and studied and got the license to be a judge just for him not to tell people to rise for me.
Your Honor, I don't think birds can rise.
I am a sock. And birds can definitely rise.
I just found out you can...
I guess we'll never know. We are here today to discuss Mrs. Talia being accused of funny business, aka money laundering. Prosecutor
Okay.
Armstrong.
See, Your Honor, Miss Talia has been charged with funny business, okay, money laundering, thousands, millions of dollars. With this money, she has purchased a vacation home in Miami, gone on numerous vacations, most of these in which she has business expenses, her work as a laundromat.
Please let the record reflect that the prosecutor has noted the money laundering was spent on a vacation home. Attorney Liazelle, your defense.
Yes, Your Honor. My client pleads not guilty to money laundering on the basis that she owns a laundromat and was just using the funds that she got from the laundromat as recreationally as she proves as any good sock would.
So your statement is that by money laundering, they were just earning money from a laundromat.
There was no money laundering happening, Your Honor.
I beg to differ.
Money laundering implies that there is funny business going on.
Why are you hitting me?
And
Order in the court.
I'm trying to stop them from throwing things. That's my
To be
job.
honest,
money
It's
laundering
pretty
would
funny.
imply that it was funds that are not allocated and used for what they should be. But Your Honor, my client owns their business, so all of the money they get from that is used to run their business, and whatever money they get left over is used for them, as most businesses
I'm a
occur
person.
and have.
what happened?
Let the record
Highlighted.
reflect that the attorney
ink
started
sucks.
her statement off with a definition of money laundering from Wikipedia. This will be pulled from the record. Prosecutor Armstrong, do you have any evidence to proceed your claims?
Yes, I do, except I can't present any of it right now. I think you have to let me present. Something about this light turning green, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you have to press one of us first.
well, that's stupid. It doesn't change my button colors. How was I supposed to know? Jordan!
Yeah. Okay. So for one piece of evidence, we have chewed cables. These indicate the chewed cables in the laundromat. She was smuggling the money digitally inside the cables to create cryptocurrency.
What?
Interesting. Attorney Liesel, do you have any evidence to refute those claims?
Yes, Your Honor. Nuh-uh. That didn't happen. That did not happen. And the
Order in the
prosecution
court.
is
Order in the court.
lying.
Attorney Liesel.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah-huh.
Uh,
Armstrong.
Yeah. To rebut your reverse.
No.
Reverse.
Let the record reflect that Prosecutor Armstrong has played an Uno reverse card in this session, meaning the nuh-uh is now reversed back onto Attorney Liesel. The evidence isn't looking good for you. You may now call upon a witness.
Yes, let's call the witness, the movie expert.
The witness has been called to the stand.
I get to go first, right?
Bailiff?
Yeah, go ahead.
Movie producer. What is money laundering?
It's when people steal money, and I was maybe privy to this.
Movie producer. Let me remind you that you are the witness called for the defense to prove the innocence of our client Talia today.
You'll never
Wow.
be Scorsese.
Me Scorsese.
Your Honor, can we strike that? The prosecution is harassing my client. It's witness.
Request denied.
You
Okay.
see, I think she's a great fellow. If she were to do money laundering, she would do it in a better way.
Witness movie producer, could you please explain your relationship to Mrs. Talia?
She is my wife.
Mr. Talia, then.
Unfortunately, attorney, your witness has been stricken from the record.
Why?
Personal interest. Prosecutor
Makes sense.
Armstrong, would you like to
Yes.
present more evidence or call upon your witness?
I'll present some more evidence.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, in their attempt to cable and convert all their money laundered cash into crypto, they spilled soda on the keyboard, leaving a sticky situation behind. It was quite comical, leading into funny business.
Now, Prosecutor Armstrong, how do you know that the defendant is the person that spilled soda on the keyboard?
Easy, because along with the soda she ordered from McDonald's, or from Chick-fil-A, alongside there was a half-eaten Chick-fil-A sandwich that she had ordered, and we were able to track the order down, the DoorDash order down to the laundromat.
Now, was the soda spilled on the keyboard also a cup from Chick-fil-A?
Yes, it was.
Your Honor, the prosecutor said that the
Bailiff?
prosecutor said that it was from McDonald's first and then changed to Chick-fil-A.
The statement in McDonald's has been stricken from the record.
Haha.
Attorney Liesel, you want to present any more evidence towards your case?
I
I
would-
gotta say, this isn't looking good for you.
I would like to. I was just handcuffed. I'm
She doesn't have any evidence.
handcuffed right now.
Haha.
Bailiff, please allow
She
the
has-
attorney
she
to
has-
present her evidence.
She has no evidence.
I have a lot of evidence, actually.
She has no evidence.
Can you please turn me green so that I'm...
Bailiff, bailiff,
If
bailiff.
she had evidence,
Bailiff.
she'd put it forward.
Bailiff, bailiff, order in the court, order in the court, order in the court.
Okay. Oh! Okay. So, Your Honor. none of this was possible because my client was home alone and crying in the fetal position. So money laundering, you have to, is obtaining the funds illegally, correct? My client has no money. So they were at home
why she
crying in the
laundered
fetal
them.
position. That's not money laundering. If money laundering was crying at home in the fetal position, then we have different definitions of money laundering.
It's
Crying
called
at home in the
multitasking.
fetal position means that my client is just depressed.
When were they crying at home in the fetal position?
Last week.
Okay, well, this crime was taking place yesterday, so...
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Did we
Oh.
all know it was yesterday?
Yes.
No, I just said it.
Oh, okay. Well, Your Honor, my client is depressed still. Crying at home in the fetal position happens daily. The big one just happened last
Loser.
week.
Attorney Liesel, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This case isn't looking good for you. You have a movie producer that doesn't know what money laundering is, and at the start of this case, you didn't either. It seemed like you read off a definition of money laundering from Wikipedia. Your opponent has presented soda
Well-
spilled on the keyboard and chewed up cables from Chick-fil-A in the back of the laundromat, and I find it odd that
Your
those
Honor-
two things are correlated to the device that was found with money laundering.
Your Honor, as you know, there were chewed up cables, allegedly. My client was also crying, and has been crying every day in the fetal position at home, the big one happening last week, and they have a note from their doctor that said that it is okay.
Okay.
The
And that-
doctor said the money
The
laundering
doctor
was
said
okay?
it is okay, that alleged money laundering is not a crime in the court of law in SOX states.
In
Now-
sock states.
Do you have the licensing information for this doctor?
Yes, I do. It is a GeForce RTX 480.
Okay. Okay. Now, I feel like I shouldn't be the one to tell you this, because quite frankly, anybody with eyes should be able to tell you this, but a graphics card is not a valuable license for a doctor in the state of Texas. In fact, this Dr. Allison you mentioned was also submitted on the record by your opposition as a nurse. Do you have any rebuttal to that?
Your Honor, doctor implies that they are not just a nurse. They have completed their certificate and gotten their doctorate.
So every nurse
You want
is
to
a
see my
doctor.
doctorate? Hey, defense. You wanna see
No.
my doctorate?
No,
Doesn't
Your
work
Honor.
there.
I'm saying that
Yeah, I do want to see your doctorate. What's your
Dr. Allison is a doctor, not a nurse, and not
Yeah,
every
right.
nurse is a doctor.
Look,
I understand what you're saying, but according to the Board of Health and Safety in the state of Texas, this Dr. Allison isn't Dr. Allison. She is PNR Allison.
This doctor is not here to represent themselves, Your Honor.
They don't have to represent themselves. I have their information in front of me. Do you have any other evidence you'd like to submit?
I currently cannot because I'm not green.
You just switch it back to her. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't like this. It's coming out of my right ear.
Hmm.
you're what?
Oh, yeah, because it's surround sound.
It's surround sound, so it's only coming to my right ear.
Your
What is-
Honor,
what happens when you actually
the
get hit
last
by
piece of
this?
evidence that I would like to use to prove that my client was not money laundering is this 50% off coupon to Papa John's. Your Honor, my client is broke. If they were money laundering, they would
I
have a
object.
lot of money. But they do not have a
You do
lot
not
of
have
money.
the ability to object.
They have no money. In
I
fact,
object.
my client is struggling.
Hey, he objected.
I object.
You didn't say what? You can't just say you
did.
object. You have to
You.
object with a specific
He
thing.
objected your words.
So,
That means
I
stop
object
talking.
the 50% coupon
Sustained.
off to Papa John's. That was a out of date coupon.
Okay.
Your Honor, I believe that I'm being harassed here. My client is not guilty, and everything that the prosecutor says.
Oh, I got something to that.
Now.
The being harassed. That.
Your Honor,
Please let the record reflect that the prosecutor Armstrong has apologized for his harassment behavior today, including that.
Your Honor, I'm about to crash out, and you guys are about to have.
You're not allowed to threaten the judge.
I'm not threatening anybody.
You need to remain calm.
I will kill everybody in this court, Your Honor.
Finally, I'd like to call a witness to the stand.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Where's the witness? Right there.
Yes.
This is my expert on the scenario.
Indeed.
Excuse me. This is a real doctor. Okay, real doctor.
He's not a
Real
fucking
Real
doctor.
quick.
Okay.
Thoughts?
You have hemorrhoids.
Thoughts?
I didn't know lawyers could get hemorrhoids.
Prosecutor Armstrong, your witness appears to be diagnosing you in the middle of this trial.
Yikes.
All right, Professor Armstrong. What do you want? What is this?
According to the research I sent you regarding the spilt soda on the keyboard and the chewed cables, would you find that these are evidence of clear money laundering?
I would actually. It's not the sign of depression. It could be that she was stealing the money and then eventually she decided that she was gonna get caught, right? And then she went into fetal position mode. But yes, this is clear indication of money laundering.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
I have questions for this witness.
Bailiff, please allow the attorney to ask her questions.
Only if they're good.
Expert, well, what are you actually an expert on?
Don't answer that. That's an aggressive question. You're not allowed to ask that.
Expert,
don't have
the
to
bailiff is not the judge. What are you an expert in?
You're saying that in a really aggressive tone.
Okay, bailiff, knock it off. Continue, attorney.
Oh, yes. Witness, as I've asked twice, what are you an expert in?
I am an expert in criminal physiology. I have dealt with high-collared crime and I'm sorry. And this is all telltale signs of the soda spilling, of the chewing of the cables. It all points to money laundering.
Expert, how does soda spillage point to money laundering? Would it not rather point to a spilled drink, an accident?
No,
Why not?
because we're in the sock world. And socks make mistakes.
Oh,
That's one of the sales
so
signs.
you're saying that a drink spilled is a mistake, not a crime.
No, I'm saying it's an indication of the crime that was taking place because of the chewed cable.
A chewed cable. Who chews cables as an expert in your field?
Mom.
Money laundering. Money launderers.
Money laundering or money launderers? Why do money launderers chew their cables?
I don't know. Maybe they just get nervous.
Does all money laundering occur at laundromats?
No.
Most.
So if
Kinda in the name.
not all money laundering occurs at laundromats, let's say a money laundering event occurs at a mattress where there are no cables involved, what evidence is
Your Honor, are we done with this farce?
what evidence is used to provide that they are money launderers?
we find
Your
the
Honor, the
cables.
defense's desk is disgusting. Can we request they clean it up?
I
Stop being disgusting.
I can't actually move any of this from my desk. I have tried. I can't even find the
Order
little
in the
papers
court.
I'm supposed
Order
to
in
throw.
the court. Order in the court. Things are getting a little too heated here. I will now interject. Bailiff, you have turned this court into birds. Thank you. I can speak now. The fuck was that? Sorry. Attorney Liesel, you seem to be going on this track that I guess soda being spilled in a keyboard can't happen in a mattress store, though we are living in 2025 where there are multiple keyboards in a mattress store to help facilitate orders. I'm not sure that these claims are really going to get you far.
Your
Now,
Honor,
the expert in question, don't interrupt me. The expert in question does seem to be very professional and is answering questions, and it seems to me that this guy's pretty guilty.
Your Honor, do you hate me?
That sounded aggressive. Stop throwing those paper planes.
I'm sorry.
To answer your question, no, I don't hate you. As a judge, I'm not allowed to hold those kind of afflictions.
Your Honor, it seems like you hate me.
I don't hate
But-
you.
Expert,
Are
would
you
you agree
afraid?
that the judge seems like they hate me?
Are you threatening a judge?
Do you really think I hate you? Why do you think I hate you?
I feel as if everything I've presented has been overruled and overturned.
Bailiff, let him talk.
Okay, really
And-
quick. The children, the background, the audience, I don't like them.
Oh my god!
Oh!
I don't like that! Wait!
Why'd you have to point that out? I didn't even see
Yeah.
that.
I didn't know they were up there!
I
Stop-
pointed. I said,
Don't mention that again.
Sorry. Why do you think I hate you, attorney?
Your Honor, you let everybody throw these paper planes at me and harass me and my clients here. And every piece of evidence that I brought up, even though it makes complete sense, has been overruled, objected, and sustained. Even though it's clear that
Bailiff.
spilling a drink on a keyboard and having chewed cables by an individual named Frank is not my client. These are accidents that have happened. The expert even said that spilling a drink was an accident and a mistake, and then they recorrected themselves to say that it was an act of money laundering. And I don't know if this
No, I think
expert
that's
is
all the same.
actually an expert in money
Hold on.
laundering.
Order.
Okay.
Now, you state that these chewed up cables were made by somebody named Frank.
Yes, Your
Although
Honor.
in the
If you
evidence that
look,
was submitted, it states that Frank is innocent. So fuck you.
wait.
Oh,
Guilty. Oh fuck.
Yes! Yes, they're not guilty. They're innocent. They're walking out.
All right. Well,
Well,
Julia got stunned 38 times during that trial.
I told you I was being bullied.
no.
I'm pretty sure you hated me, Your Honor.
Stunned with handcuffs 33 times. JR, you are the worst bailiff.